Hi. My name is Lily, and I am 6 years old. This summer, I went on a vacation to a very beautiful place called Halong Bay with my family. It was so much fun. I want to tell you all about my trip because it was one of the best times I have ever had. You can read my story and learn English with me. If you love my stories and want to continue learning with me, don't forget to hit that subscribe button and leave a comment below with your favorite part of the story, or share your own. I like to read your comments. Let's get started. We started our trip early in the morning. I was very excited. We got into the car, and I sat next to the window so I could see everything outside. The road was long, and we drove for a few hours. I brought my favorite teddy bear with me, so I wouldn't get bored. I also sang songs with my mom and dad in the car. It was a sunny day, and the sky was very blue. After a long drive, we finally arrived at Halong Bay. It was so beautiful. There were big boats, called junks, waiting to take people on a ride around the bay. The water was blue and shiny like a big mirror. I could see many big rocks sticking out of the water. My dad told me they were islands, and there were so many of them. We got on one of the big boats. The boat was very pretty, and it was made of wood. It even had a big sail on top. I felt like I was a pirate going on a big adventure. The boat started to move, and we sailed away from the land. The wind was blowing, and it felt cool on my face. I loved the feeling of the wind in my hair. As we sailed, I looked around and saw so many islands. Some of them were big, and some were small. They looked like they were floating on the water. My mom said that Halong Bay has almost 2,000 islands. That's a lot. Some of the islands had funny shapes. One looked like a big chicken, and another looked like a dog. My dad pointed out an island that looked like a dragon. It was so cool. After sailing for a while, the boat stopped near a big island. We got off the boat and walked up some stairs to explore a cave. The cave was huge. It was dark inside, but there were lights so we could see. The rocks inside the cave were very old, and they had strange shapes. Some of the rocks looked like animals, and some looked like people. My mom told me that the rocks were made by water dripping for millions of years. I thought that was amazing. It felt like we were in a secret world under the ground. We walked around the cave for a long time. There were many tunnels and big open spaces. I liked to shout and hear my voice echo in the cave. It was like the cave was talking back to me. When we came out of the cave, we could see the sun shining on the water. It was so pretty. After exploring the cave, we went to a beach on one of the islands. The sand was so soft and warm under my feet. I couldn't wait to jump into the water. My dad and I built a big sandcastle first. We made towers and walls, and we even put seashells on it to make it look nice. Then, I ran to the water and splashed around. The water was cool and felt so nice, because it was a hot day. I played in the water with my little brother. We pretended we were fish swimming in the sea. We also collected seashells and tried to catch little crabs. The crabs were so fast, but we had a lot of fun trying to catch them. My mom took lots of pictures of us playing. It was a perfect day on the beach. When we got hungry, we went back to the boat, where we had a big lunch. The food was so yummy. We had seafood, like shrimp, fish, and squid. My favorite was the shrimp, because it was so tasty. My mom said the seafood was very fresh, because it came from the sea that very morning. We also had rice, vegetables, and fruit for dessert. I tried a fruit called dragon fruit for the first time. It was pink on the outside and white with black seeds on the inside. It tasted sweet, and I liked it a lot. One of the most exciting parts of our trip was that we got to sleep on the boat. After dinner, the boat stopped in a quiet place in the bay. The water was calm, and the stars were shining in the sky. I had never slept on a boat before, so it was a new experience for me. We had a small room on the boat, with a big bed. I snuggled up with my teddy bear and listened to the sound of the water. It was very peaceful. My dad told us a bedtime story about a dragon who lived in Halong Bay and protected the islands. I imagined the dragon swimming in the water as I fell asleep. It was such a nice way to end the day. The next morning, I woke up early. The sun was rising, and the sky was pink and orange. It was so beautiful. We had breakfast on the boat while watching the sun come up. The bay looked so calm and quiet in the morning light. It was like a painting. I felt so happy and lucky to be there. After breakfast, the boat took us back to the land. I was a little sad to leave because I had so much fun, but I was also happy because I had so many wonderful memories of Halong Bay. I couldn't wait to tell my friends at school about my adventure. I knew they would love hearing about the islands, the caves, and sleeping on the boat. As we drove back home, I looked out the window and thought about all the things I saw and did. Halong Bay is such a special place, and I hope I can go back there again one day. It was the best summer vacation ever. So that was my trip to Halong Bay. I hope you liked hearing about it as much as I liked going there. Maybe one day, you can visit Halong Bay too. It's a place full of surprises and fun, and I'm sure you would love it just like I did. Thank you for listening to my story.